Hello and welcome to Animal Watch, and this week we're meeting the Bull Mastiff. Oh!
Considered to be one of the most effective guard dogs around. So powerful that he was taken on by gamekeepers in order to keep thieving poachers at bay. Today we visit one of the UK's most dramatic and tragic locations, Saddleworth Moor. A place where you can almost visualise Abel Magwitch, the convict from Charles Dickens' Great Expectations, running towards you. A bleak and barren place, appropriate for the working Bull Mastiff, where he once set upon poachers in the dead of night by the order of his master. Meet the gamekeeper's night dog, the Bull Mastiff. Saddleworth Moor, a bleak and unforgiving place. One which can look both beautiful or foreboding, depending on which season and weather you find yourself walking in. Tragically, this is the location to where 3 of the 5 child victims of the Moor's murderers were found, and a 4th, Keith Bennett, is still thought to be here, still sadly unfound to this day. I had arranged to meet Lindsay of Verosa BullMastiffs up here, and honestly did not realise the gravitas to the location until we arrived. It moved me deeply. I hope and pray that one day Keith will be found and his family can have some kind of peace. I walked down to the top of the moor walk where I found a pack of dogs, extremely appropriate to the surroundings. Huge, heavy and foreboding looking. A face to match the seriousness of the scenery. A pack of giant dogs who once were set out on the trail of unlucky poachers, often in the dead of night.
Hello, hi!
Hi Anneka, welcome to Saddleworth Moor. Oh God.
We've got some interesting behaviour going on here. How are you? How are you, little baby?
So here's my Bull Mastiffs.
Wow, he's huge, this one.
So this is Jack.
Jack, your head is huge. It's about 5 times the size of mine.
Then that's his greedy daughter, that's Audrey.
Well, you've got a real handful. How on earth do you manage walking 4?
Well, I don't generally. I only walk 2 at a time because they are just too strong, too stubborn. So yeah, 2 at a time is enough.
I've got a lot of saliva on me as well.
Yeah.
So these are slobber dogs.
Very much so.
Slobber dogs.
Yeah, you've always got to carry a slobber cloth with you.
The Bull Mastiff dog is a large breed, and males stand approximately 69 centimetres at the shoulder and weigh around 59 kilograms. By the beginning of the 20th century, this breed was in widespread use as an aid to gamekeepers in the control of poaching. They were bred for strength, size and speed, using a cross of the tough, heavy and aggressive Old English Bulldog of the 19th century with the large, strong, less aggressive English Mastiff. After I played with the dogs, we headed off to have a chat about their history, character, and what it's like to own a pack, let alone one of them.
I'm here with Lindsay from Verosa BullMastiffs, and this is the first time, Lindsay, I've ever met Bull Mastiffs. They're quite fit looking. The bodies are sort of quite muscular.
Yeah.
And the thing that's most obvious, apart from this beautiful piece of saliva that is just dangling from their mouth, is how masculine the males are and how feminine the females are. I mean, he's huge.
Yeah, he is. The males should really look like males. The females should be really feminine as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just a baby. She's just 11 months and this is his daughter.
She's so big already,
So yeah, she is. And she's so heavy. She's leaning on me right now and pushing me.
Oh, you're so sweet. I know you want to cover me in more saliva. I don't think I've ever seen such a wide Mastiff head like this. ever.
He does have a beautiful head. With the Bull Mastiffs, it's all about squareness. So when you look at the silhouette of a Bull Mastiff, it should be square. The head should be square, the muzzle should be square. The length of the back and the legs should be the same, so they should be square. A lot of people, when they do meet him, the first thing they say is, look at the size of his head.
Yeah, but also they're so gentle.
Yeah.
So docile and peaceful.
There's a few Bull Mastiffs that aren't like that. His temperament is just beautiful. You will get some which you can't always trust and they're not as laid back and the temperament isn't as good. But a lot of the good breeders are trying to breed that out and trying to get the beautiful temperament like what Jack has.
Let's talk more about the working dog, where they came from and what they were bred to do.
They were bred to catch poachers.
Okay.
So the gamekeepers had them as their dogs. They're known as a silent dog. They would prowl around and they wouldn't bark at a stranger. So if they'd catch a poacher, they would run, chase him, grab them or knock them by the back of the knees, put them to the ground and hold them until the gamekeeper
That's really
comes.
interesting because the English Mastiff has ways of bumping people too.
Yeah, they're a bit like rugby players really. They just knock into the back of your knees, into your legs and you're on the floor. So when you've got like 60 kilos running at you, you've got no chance.
They're a little bit stubborn, which of course is a trait of the Mastiff breed. So they'll do things a lot of the time when they choose to do things. So I'm presuming that a lot of training needs to come quite young before they form a real stubborn, you know, personality that can't be changed.
Yeah, they usually get to that point when they're about 18 months. So they turn into a teenager at 18 months. But yeah, I train them right from day dot. As soon as I get them, I train them. I mean, this one is very defiant. And I think the bitches generally are. The males, I find, are a lot more laid back. She's very defiant, but she's only 11 months. But she's quite good. They're very stubborn, but they also want to please as well. These are incredibly friendly with dogs and people. I mean, I'd never leave a big dog with a child on its own, but they are brilliant with children.
They are just naturally gentle with kids. They understand that kids are fragile.
Yeah, they're very good with old people as well. So when you meet an old person, it's like they know that they're old and they're very gentle, whereas when they first met you, you're practically on the floor.
No, I enjoy that though.
They're just so like boisterous at times.
How do they behave around people's dogs?
These are generally quite good. It's other people's dogs that I have the problem with. Sometimes the dogs are a bit inferior to them, so they snap at them. He will just walk away from that. She kind of thinks, oh, what's going on? Ivy, she could possibly react and Vera would react.
Yeah.
So that's the problem I have when there's other people's dogs that are out of control and they're coming up and they're snapping, because I've got two dogs that potentially could be reactive.
Could do something.
They don't want to bite them or anything, they're just kind of telling them.
Yeah, so dominant posturing, probably more than anything. Do you find that the walks are relaxing with them and they do stick with you?
They will stick with me, but I have trained them an awful lot. They do the good citizens training as well as the show training, so we go and do that, and that's brilliant for building a bond with them.
Do you classify these as a giant breed or not?
I say they're a large breed, but some people class them as giant.
Do you have to be really careful when you're raising puppies?
Be careful with how much exercise they have, going up and down stairs, jumping off sofas, things like that.
When they're at home, are they very relaxed?
Oh yeah. They will have a daft 10 minutes, Ivy and Audrey, the younger ones. The telly could end up on its side and things like that, if you let them.
If you were in bed upstairs at night and you had a burglar, what would these guys do?
They would let the burglar in and they would not let them out.
Oh, really?
Yes,
so you're confident they would look after you if somebody broke in?
I think so, without a doubt, yeah.
And what is the life expectancy of one of these dogs, approximately?
Not long enough, really. You're looking at about 8 to 10. Pretty sad, really. They just don't last long, you know.
What is normally the cause?
Cancer is
generally
generally
quite a big
the one.
is it?
Yeah, a lot can go early with bloat.
That's why it's so important not to exercise them when they've eaten.
Yeah. I always leave them an hour either way, but you have to be careful with water as well.
Now, I'm feeding them, the saliva's getting going here. So talk to me about saliva.
Oh, yeah. You have to have a slobber cloth with you wherever you go. Slobber can end up everywhere, on the ceiling, on the wall, in your cup of tea, just about everywhere. Generally, they will only slobber when there's food around or if they're getting excited.
Would they be lonely if you went to work and left them, or would they be okay?
I've always trained them to be independent. so to spend some time on their own. So I only leave them for 4 hours.
And they've got each other for company
They've got each other, yeah. But I also teach them to be able to be on their own as well. So then if anything does happen and they have to be on their own, then they can be. But they're totally fine. They have a good exercise on the morning. They'll then come home, go to sleep, and then they won't move for 4 hours. So you're home before they've even moved.
And you show them, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, he's a UK champion.
He's a UK champion.
So he's kind of retired at the moment. That's why he's a little bit out of condition. This one's just come into the show ring, so she's been doing incredible in the show ring.
In conclusion, the Bull Mastiffs I met today were so friendly and gentle dogs. They were obedient to a certain degree, with a dash of stubbornness in there, which shows the independent nature of the Mastiff, which is a common trait. They were fun to be around, and if you don't mind a barrel of saliva and a fairly short lifespan, then these dogs are wonderful additions to the family. Remember, you must be strong to have these dogs, as they are powerful on the leash and you need to get them out for a decent amount of walks a day. They are definitely suited to families who would like a dash of guard dog in there, but also dogs who love cuddles.
What's your website if people want to find you? Where's the best one to go to?
They're just on Instagram.
On Instagram?
Yeah, it's Verosa _BullMastiffs.
Okay, well I'll put that on the screen and then you know how to find these beautiful dogs. And if you enjoyed this episode, then be sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe by clicking the button in the bottom hand corner, and tune in every week where we'll be bringing you more amazing videos on dogs, wolves, animal rescue and conservation. Bye for now. You're so